Hi, this is Claire again with the Fulham cards. As always, I draw the cards in the, or have drawn the cards in the German version of the video first, and you can see 4 cards here. So what has happened? When I picked out these cards, 2 cards came at once. And if 2 cards come naturally, I read them as, just have a moment. So now we have it. I read them together. This is like the second card really wants to be seen. So this is the same way I do it when a card while shuffling comes up and shows the picture side to you. Then I also put it into my reading because it wants to be seen. Yes, and often it is the answer to everything in my experience. It's the main answer that comes up then. So we have 2 cards as our first card, and here we see Justice and the King of Pentacles. This is a wonderful combination. First of all, the Justice cards. This is, if we want to say it with modern words, the cards of, or the card of healthy boundaries. Yes, this is, I know who I am and I know how to defend myself and to keep at bay what's not good for me. And we see it here with a wonderful symbolism at the card. We see her left arm. So the left hand comes from the heart, as we say. So this means it is emotional. It is intuition also. It is really coming from the heart. And when we say it like this, it is meant a pure heart, a heart that knows. Yes, that knows the truth. And this heart holds the scales, or the hand coming from this heart holds the scales. So this means balance. You know what you need. Yes. When this card shows up in readings, I often say to clients, you can trust yourself on this. You don't have to second guess. You don't have to ponder. There's nothing more to do. You already know the truth. Yes. This is often just a card where you need to learn to trust to your intuition and your gut feeling and what you have already known at your deepest core. Yes, so it is, of course, not just that. There's also the active hand, the right hand, and it holds a sword. So this sword is like, I will make a clean table. Do you say it like this in English too? Like, I will, yes, I will fight for my boundaries. You are able to defend yourself. This is important. Of course, we always want to be happy, or many of us, not everyone, but many of us want to be happy people. We don't want to have anger around us. We don't want to have quarrels. So sometimes people are a little bit too passive just to avoid struggles. And this means, no, you can fight for your right to party. No, I'm just joking. This means you are able to fight for yourself, to defend yourself. We see this food here. So she is about to step up, to go, to fight, to be active. Yes. It reminds me a little bit, if you know about Buddhism, the green Tara. She also has her right foot on a lotus, and she is ready to go for her people, to protect them, to defend them from all the kinds of fears that are in the world. Yes, this is just one example. Of course, this is totally different mythology, totally different cultures, but the core essence is quite similar. Yes, because yes, paths are many, the truth is one. So yes, this means step up. You are able to step up. You can trust yourself. And then we have this man here. And how do they go together? So the King of Pentacles, as always in tarot, it can be a person, it can be circumstances, or a way to approach situations, like super personal. It's not just personal, it is more a description energetically. So if he is a person, he tends to be older, not always in years, but in his behavior. Yes, this is a solid man. He is reliable. He is most often not a big talker, but he knows how to put furniture together and things like that. Yes, I always say to my clients, he knows how to put something on your wall and it won't fall off. So, of course, as women today, we can do this too. At least I can. Yes, so if you like do it yourself and crafts and things like that, that's no problem. But this is like, I just say it to show how this card is meant. It's a practical man. Yes, he's not a big talker. He won't tell you the big love words that you might want to hear. But if you need help, he is there without many words. So he is practically a German. I have to say, yes. We don't say so many words, but if someone needs us, we have practical advice and things like that. We will really help, but we won't talk much about it. So, at least many of us, of course, we are different. But since I am German, this is for other people. Like, for example, in America, you talk a lot more, you are a lot more open. Yes, for us, it's even a little bit too much. We need a lot of time to warm up. But if you are in our inner circle and you need help when you are moving to another town, we will come. No hesitation. Yes, so this means we might not talk a lot, but we will be there. We will be of practical help for you. And we will show up and yes, do it. So I just tell this to show his mentality. Yes, it's more about doing, about being practical, about, the element of earth. You really do it. You are not just talking about it. It's not just, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. Yes. If you ask someone in Germany, how are you? And you are just a little bit closer than just colleagues who never talk to each other, you expect an honest answer. So the person can say, well, it's not so good right now. Yes, of course, you don't make a too long story of it. We are not that emotional, but you can answer honestly. Yes, it's not just superficial. And this card has also this vibe. It's not superficial. It's reliable. It can even be stubborn. He knows how he wants things to be done. Just like Germans, we can also be stubborn. So, yes, it's very, very much the element earth. Energy. So if it's a person, it can be someone who is older than you, also meaning like your father, your grandfather, an older cousin, your older brother, an older colleague, people around you. Yes. And it can mean that you have to make more boundaries between you and him, that it's okay to do this. Yes, I always say many things, many interpretations for the cards, because we are doing full moon cards. Many different people are sitting in front of this video, and everyone has another situation. So I'm trying to show several approaches, so you will know when your thing is talked about. And sometimes it might not be your topic. Maybe the other cards are your topic. Yes. So this is a very broad reading. I say this sometimes in the readings to remind, so everyone can take out what is helpful and leave the rest besides. Yes? So, if it's a person, it's like I have described. If it's a situation, it means you have a male approach. It means like, I'm here, I won't go away, I don't discuss. No, this is my opinion, because you have your opinion from your heart. It's really truth, and you have every right to defend it. Yes? But the defense with the King of Pentacles is not like a typical sword defense would be. I'm struggling, I will make a quarrel, I will talk a lot about it, I will defend myself, I will say many things that speak for it, that are how it's logical that I am this way, and how I say why it has to be this way, and all of this stuff. No, you are just stubborn. You stick to what you think is right. You don't make a big discussion. Yes? So it's a positive way of being stubborn. You don't, how you say in English, you don't, you bring many arguments why this is the best way. You don't just do it. You skip the step. Yes? You just are like you are, and you do what you do, and people, now they have to wrap themselves around you, not the other way around. Yes? Just with your stubbornness, with your non-discussion, with a calm approach. And sometimes this is really the best thing you can do without a big fight. Just staying true to what you feel, not moving much. Yes, no much discussions. It's just, I know this is right. Like I'm a rock, I'm a mountain. You have to climb around me. To give you a picture, yes? This can bring you a long way. Yes, sometimes this is the best approach. Not many words, not many fights, just I am the mountain. Yes, so this is the best way to put it in a picture. And when we have this here in the middle, we have the wands, the element of fire, it's our will. And we have the number 4, and we have this lovely party here. And at least in our part of the world, we are going towards Christmas. So Christmas market, it's a typical German thing. We really love it. Well, many of us, for me personally, it's much too crowded. I like the smells, I like the light, I like everything about it, but why are there so many people? Yes, so maybe you find a small one. It's about celebrating. It's about finding yourself, sometimes also in celebration. Yes, we always tend to think, well, I have to meditate. I have to be really clever to get my ideas. But sometimes it's having a party with a friend or having a good time with your friend, maybe at a Christmas market. And maybe she tells you about her new hobby, and you are like, wow, this is really interesting. I should try it too. Yes, so you get a new inspiration, a new idea, and this is just in a light way, in an unexpected way. You don't have to always think and crush your head over things you want to improve. Many things are just like a gift, and life gives them to us in the most unexpected situations. Yes, I think we all have experienced it, like having the best ideas when being in the supermarket and you really didn't saw it coming. At least I know this. So just be open what life brings to you. And then on a deeper level, we see here the number 4, the number of order and structure, which is very good with him. And in the element of fire, our will. And when we talk about will, we really have to say something about it, because the occultists, male and female, in the olden days when these cards were made from the Golden Dawn, when they talked about will, it was about your destiny. It was about your what you should want in a way. Like you are looking in a horoscope and you see your special talents, and this is like your destiny. This is your vocation, you could say. Yes? So you will find out more about that in this time. And when I talk about vocation, at least here in Germany, many people have a tendency just to think about their job. Like, I have to find my fulfillment in my job. I have to make my hobby to a job. I have to like start an Etsy business or whatever. And I always say, no. Your vocation, your true calling does not have to be in the work field. It can be in family. It can be in your interest. It does not have to be where you get your money from. Yes? This is very important, because as it is said, if you make your hobby to a job, you don't have a hobby anymore. It changes a lot, and the demands on you change a lot. And people have expectations, and you have like the taxes and the bureaucracy and everything that comes with it. And this can really taint your hobby, your former hobby. And you think like, oh, it's just a job now. It feels like every other job. It's just work. I have loved it when it was a hobby, but now it's, you know. So in practical life, when reading for clients, yes, there are people, for example, in the artistic field who they are artists. They can't do anything else. This is their destiny, and it is their job destiny too. But sometimes I see that people who are having just, we call this a bread job, like you do it, it's not bad, it's not against your nature. Of course, this is not about going against your nature, but not every one of us has the luxury to decide like this. But if it's possible, it's just a job, you can do it, you are not too passionate about it, but you are able to do it good and you get your money from it. So there's nothing to say against this. You don't have to be fire and flames for your work, because your fire and flames, and there we are again with the ones. Your fire and flames might be in a different area of life. Yes. So many people are like, I am my job. No, you are not. You are a human being first, and then everything comes on top. Yes, so I just say this with so many words, because I see this very often when working with people, and I just want to remind them, please be gentle with you in these things. Your job does not have to be your all fulfillment in life. Yes, and as people coming from psychology often say, it's best when you put your life not just on one like how you say, on one when you have a building like brickstones, don't try to build it just with one brick. So when this brick falls, you don't have anything anymore. Columns is the word I want to say, like the big bricks, columns, you know what I mean. Yes, and if the column falls, then you are done. So it's better to have several columns, and if one breaks, you have at least a life going on. You know what I mean? So it's wonderful to make your passion a job. It's not that I want to disencourage anyone, no, but I just want to broaden the view, because I often see that people have a very narrow view on that, and sometimes it doesn't bring them luck, as we would say. Sometimes it's just the wrong way. So I wanted to say this too, to broaden the picture a little bit. Yes. So think about bringing structure into your will, into what you are really good at and what you are made for in whatever area of your life you are living this. Yes, and to do this card is really helpful. The Two of Swords is a card of meditation, of going within, but swords is of course always our rational, logical thinking. Yes, very mind based, but we also see the water, we see the moon, so there is also a lot of intuition going on. And for me personally, this card is the point where the clearest of our mind and the clearest of our soul and intuition touch each other. It's a wonderful point to reach, because from there the best decisions come. Yes. And how can you do this? Well, this is not about fancy new methods and doing a lot and pushing a lot, or like overcommitting to this. It is about letting things go, leaving besides what you don't need. And everyone is different with this. For some people it might be like doing bodily things. Meditation does not have to be just sitting down. Some people do qigong, tai chi, yoga, soft yoga ways. Yes, not so sporty yoga in the way it was meant in India. I mean, it's about going for a walk. Maybe it's about sitting with a cup of tea, with a warm blanket on your sofa and just chilling. Yes, everyone is different. You can do it in whatever way you like, or you're having a hot chocolate with some cream and some chocolate sprinkles and whatever you like. It does not have to be holy. It does not have to be spiritually approved or anything like that. It is one life. You are always spiritual. Always, you know what I mean? There is no way not to be spiritual. These different layers of life are always going on. It's not just like, so, and now I'm spiritual and now I'm everyday life. No, always one person. Yes. So you don't have to think when it comes to clearing your mind of being overly holy. Yes. Do what you like. It can be a more bodily way. Not everyone is comfortable with sitting. Yes. Maybe listening to relaxing music, things like that. You really have a broad picture of possibilities in front of you, and you can choose what you like and what works for you. Yes, and you can be a real person while doing this. I mean, he is among the cards. He is about real life. He is embodiment, really much embodiment energy. So yes. It doesn't have to be over holy. So when we put these cards together, these two are like homework cards. It's practical. The cards are not always like what will be, like step by step, the situation is described. No, the cards are sometimes like, you have to do this, you have to do this. I'm giving you homework. Yes? So I call them homework cards. And the justice card means make clean table, as we say. Trust your heart. Your heart really knows the balance. You are right. Yes, defend yourself, be ready to act. But on the other hand, it's not overreaction because of him. He gives the groundedness, the positive stubbornness, as I have said. And we also don't see her running. Yes, she has a foot in front. So she is ready to act if it's necessary. But don't overreact. You don't have to act in advance or something like this. Just be alert, just be ready to act if necessary. But don't step forward. You don't have to be proactive. No, it would just be a waste of energy. Yes, and think about him. Think about the males in your surrounding. Maybe this is the meaning that you should have healthy boundaries. It can be, but it can also mean a positive male stubborn energy that helps you to feel like the mountain and the others have to wrap themselves around you. Not the other way around. Don't justify. This was a word I was searching for 10 minutes ago. Don't justify yourself. You don't have to. Just be strong, calm, friendly, determined. It's not about being cold or harsh. This is element earth. We are not with the source. It's just enough to be determined. Don't justify yourself. Just go for what you need. Sometimes it's really the best to be stubborn. Yes. And here we see happiness unfolding, your will unfolding. It's about, if you have an opportunity in practical life, this card is about when you have an opportunity for joy, go for it. Yes, like the light muse. Be Be gentle with yourself. You don't have to be over holy. You don't have to be over earnest. Just be yourself. Have fun, and the passion and the order in your will. Like, what do I really want to do? What do I really want to achieve? What am I made for? Yes, questions we all ask ourselves sometimes will come from happiness here. Will come from enjoyment. It's not about sitting there, reading clever books, making up your mind, writing lists and things we are taught to do to get the solution. But the solution finds us everywhere if we prepare ourselves for it. We just have to prepare the ground and solution will come in. Maybe even in the supermarket. Yes, and here we see meditation going inward in whatever way you like. Yes, it does not have to be holy. If hot chocolate gives you the right vibes, go for hot chocolate. It's really not about being the super spiritual, over-performing, person. No, it's about being human. You are always spiritual. You can't avoid it. This layer of life is running, and your emotional life and real life and your mind life and the life of all the other persons around you. It's really, yes, this is why the old ones always talked about the web of life. Yes, it's always entangled. It's never just one topic. So nothing falls out and it's just a singular. Now I'm spiritual, and now I'm going to yoga class and I'm spiritual, and now I'm going to the supermarket and I'm an everyday person. No, you are always one person. Yes, and this card is about this, and I always say this because people often tend to think about over holy things when it comes to this. And modern spirituality, it's not about church. Yes, church has a strict yes, like this is worldly and this is holy. Yes, and many people put this into their spiritual life, even if they are not with the churches anymore. They still put it in their subconsciously. They still divide. Yes, it's a long way to get away from this. It's a long way. I'm also struggling with it sometimes. I know, but if you know it on a deeper level, this takes time, especially when your surrounding culture is still like this. This is holy. This is mundane. Yes, so try your best. You don't have to overperform. Just try to be gentle with yourself. Do what's right for you. Don't get caught up in methods. Don't get fixated on how it should be done, because this means you are more thinking about the methods than about the outcome. Yes, this card is gentle. So do your meditation. Leave aside what's not important for you. Yes, make the ground for this to arise, and for this kind of knowledge between intuition and clear thinking to arise. And often this means letting things go. Less is more. Yes, so these are the full moon cards for this time, and we will see each other next full moon again.